My name is Valerie Mercer, 31 years old. If you had asked me 2 months ago what trust looked like, I would have said it looked like shared grocery lists on the fridge, split rent payments, and an old envelope stuffed inside a nightstand drawer. That envelope mattered, not because of the money, because of what it represented. My boyfriend, Nolan, and I had been together for 3 years. We lived together in a 2-bedroom apartment, not engaged, not married, just building something, or at least I thought we were. 7 months earlier, I suggested we start a vacation fund, somewhere neither of us has ever been, I told him while we folded laundry one Sunday night. He smiled. Europe? Maybe Caribbean. Maybe both if we stop ordering takeout. So we started putting away $400 each every month, separate from bills, separate from savings, physical cash in an actual envelope, because I liked watching progress pile up. By last month, that envelope held $5,600, 7 months of skipped coffee runs, 7 months of me driving my aging sedan while ignoring every ad for newer cars, 7 months of small sacrifices that felt worth it because we were building memories before they even existed. Then, 3 weeks ago, Nolan came home looking destroyed. Not fake destroyed, real-looking destroyed. Red eyes, shaky hands. He stood in the kitchen while I chopped vegetables and quietly said, "My aunt is really sick." I turned around immediately. What happened? My mom called. She's in the hospital. They don't know how long she has. I had never met this aunt, honestly. I'd only heard about her twice in 3 years. But grief doesn't come with documentation requirements. I wrapped my arms around him. Do you need me to book flights? He hesitated. I might need some money from the vacation fund. Flights are expensive right now. I remember staring at him. Not because I didn't trust him, because $2,800 is a lot of money. And he was asking for exactly half. Still, his eyes looked watery. His voice cracked at the right places. So, I ignored the weird feeling in my stomach. Family first, I told him. His shoulders dropped in relief. You're amazing, he whispered into my hair while hugging me. Funny how certain compliments age badly. He withdrew exactly $2,800. I noticed that. I ignored it. The next morning, he left with one carry-on suitcase and sadness painted across his face. The first 2 days felt normal enough. Texts arrived every few hours. At hospital, doctors optimistic. Mom's exhausted. Aunt stable today. Short messages. Emotional enough to sound real. I even ordered flowers to his mother's house. $65. White lilies. Because what kind of person doesn't support family emergencies? Day 3 got quieter. Day 4 changed everything. I was eating cereal on the couch after work, scrolling stories without paying attention, when I saw a tagged photo from an account I didn't recognize. At first, I almost skipped it. Then I froze. 9 people around a huge brunch table. Mimosas. Palm trees. Ocean behind them. And right in the middle, Nolan. Smiling. Holding champagne. Wearing swim shorts I'd never seen before. The caption, "Birthday brunch with the best crew." Location tag, Cancun. I stared until my cereal turned soft. Actually soft. Floating island soft. I screenshot everything. The post, the tags, the location, the account. Then I walked to our bedroom, opened the drawer, pulled out the envelope, counted. $2,800 remaining. Exactly half. My chest didn't tighten. That would have been easier. Instead, it went hollow, like my body quietly decided to stop participating. I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the cash. Then I did something that changed everything. I texted his mother. We got along well. She always said I made Nolan more responsible. So I sent the brunch photo and typed, "Hey, just checking in. Nolan said your sister was in the hospital. How's everything going?" 9 minutes later, my phone buzzed. Her reply, "What sister?" I stared. Another message arrived. My sister passed away in 2019. I read it 3 times. Then 4. Then called her. She answered immediately. Confused. Upset. Mostly embarrassed. He told me he picked up extra shifts this week, she said quietly. I didn't know he even left town. I sat on our bed while holding the phone and staring at our vacation envelope. His aunt was dead. Had been dead for years, and I had sent sympathy flowers for someone already buried. His mom sighed. I'm sorry you're caught up in whatever this is. After we hung up, I opened our message thread. New text from Nolan. Aunt doing a little better today, miss you, babe. I looked at the heart emoji for a long time, then opened my screenshots folder, backed everything up twice, and waited, because he still had 2 more days in Cancun, and I already knew exactly what question I would ask first when he walked through that door. How's your aunt? Nolan came home Thursday night at 8/7, tanned, rested, carrying a little paper airport bag like a man returning from vacation, not a man returning from a hospital hallway. He dropped his suitcase by the door and reached for me. God, I missed you. That was the hardest week. I let him hug me. I didn't hug back. He felt it. You okay? I looked at his face. How's your aunt? His eyes softened immediately. She's better. Still weak, but doctors are optimistic. What hospital was she at? A pause. Tiny, but it cracked the room open. The main one near my mom's place. You know, the big one. I nodded. Interesting. Because your mom told me your aunt died in 2019. Silence. Nolan slowly sat down like his legs forgot their job. Then came the first sentence that told me everything. You called my mom? Not I'm sorry. Not I can explain. Just outrage that I had checked. I slid my phone across the table. Cancun. Brunch. Champagne. Location tag. His face went pale, then red. It's not what it looks like. It looks like you took $2,800 from our vacation fund, lied about a dying aunt, sent fake hospital updates, and partied in Cancun. His mouth opened, closed. Then he found anger. You would have said no. You didn't ask. You're always careful with money. Budget this. Save that. I wanted one trip without feeling judged. I laughed once. Not because it was funny, because my body needed somewhere to put the shock. So this is my fault? He leaned back. I'm saying you make everything feel like a financial audit. I stood. Pack a bag. His face changed. What? You can stay with one of your Cancun friends. You're kicking me out over a trip? No. I'm ending this because you lied using a dead woman. He refused to leave. And legally, he had enough residency history to make it complicated. So I did not change the locks. I did not scream. I did not give him anything useful. I gave him the guest room and told him we were done. The next 3 days were poison. He slammed cabinets, left dishes everywhere, told his friends I was financially abusive. One of them texted me, "You're controlling." He just needed a break. I sent nothing back. Just screenshots. By day 3, I came home and found him in my office, digging through my filing cabinet, tax records, pay stubs, lease papers. What are you doing? He didn't even look ashamed. Looking for proof I live here so you can't throw me out. I reached into my work bag and placed an envelope on the desk. Already handled. He opened it. A proper written 3-0 day notice, dated, copied, prepared during my lunch break at Legal Aid. His jaw tightened. You're really doing this? I looked at him. No, Nolan, you did this. I'm just documenting the exit. That night, I heard him on the phone with his mother through the wall. At one point she shouted so loudly I heard every word. You told her, what about my sister? And that was when I understood something. Lies don't stay where you leave them. They crawl through walls. They sit at family tables. They wake the dead. Living with your ex in a 2-bedroom apartment should qualify as psychological warfare. He stayed in the guest room. I stayed in the master. We shared a kitchen like coworkers who hated each other. Silent thermostat battles, passive-aggressive dishes, microwave doors closing a little too hard. But the worst part wasn't the apartment. It was the campaign. About a week into the notice period, people started calling. Not texting. Calling. Friends of his I'd met twice. People from parties. Co-workers. Apparently, according to Nolan, I was throwing him out because he went on vacation. No dead aunt. No fake hospital updates. No stolen vacation fund. Just me, the controlling girlfriend. His cousin Tyler texted me. Seriously? Over a trip? I liked Tyler. So I sent receipts. Screenshots. Timeline. His mother confirming the aunt died years earlier. The Cancun photos. Everything. 5 minutes later, I had no idea. I'm sorry. Then things spread. Fast. Because the aunt Nolan used in his lie? She wasn't some distant relative. She was his uncle's wife. A woman people still missed. A woman whose photos still sat on bookshelves. His uncle apparently exploded during a family gathering. Good. Some lies deserve witnesses. Things got colder after that. He started leaving right before I woke up and coming back late. The apartment felt haunted. Not by ghosts. By routine. You don't realize how much of love is muscle memory until your body keeps expecting someone who already ruined everything. One Tuesday morning, I reached for 2 coffee mugs automatically, stopped halfway, put one back, cried for 4 minutes, then went to work. Day 12 of the notice period. I came home and found our framed anniversary photo face down on the bookshelf. Not broken, just turned around, like even the apartment was tired of looking at us. "Did you move that?" I asked. He shrugged. "Maybe." Little things became weapons. He used all the hot water before work. I unplugged the living room TV because it was on my power strip. He started cooking fish late at night. I vacuumed at 7 in the morning. Petty survival. Day 14. I came home and found a strange man sitting on my couch, watching my TV, eating chips from my pantry. Nolan smiled too casually. "This is Marcus. He's helping me apartment hunt." Marcus looked like he was auditioning to make me jealous. I dropped my keys. "Cool. Found a place yet?" Nolan blinked. "No." "You've got 16 days. I walked to my room. Marcus left 20 minutes later. That night, Nolan knocked. "Doesn't it bother you?" "What?" "That I had someone over." I looked at him through the cracked door. "We're broken up." His face dropped slightly. He wanted jealousy. Pain. Proof I still wanted him. But Cancun burned that down. Then came the part that actually scared me. He contacted the landlord. Told him I made him feel unsafe. My stomach dropped when the landlord called, because vague accusations are enough to change lives. Luckily, I had become obsessive. Folders, backups, screenshots, timelines. Every message organized, every lie documented. I met my landlord in person, showed him everything. His reaction was immediate. "He's not going on this lease. Notice stands." Then he leaned back. "I've seen this before." I almost cried from relief. Not because I won, because someone believed me without a fight. I still went further. I called the non-emergency police line, asked how to document everything, filed an informational report. Not accusations, just records. Paper trails. Because paper remembers when people rewrite history. Day 19. Nolan tried one final negotiation. "I'll repay the money if you let me stay." I stared at him. It stopped being about money a long time ago. He crossed his arms. "You wouldn't let this go." That sentence, that exact sentence, not sorry, not regret, just frustration that consequences existed. "You lied about a dead woman," I said quietly, then blamed me for reacting. He looked away. "You've got 11 days. The final week dragged. He stopped pretending to be sorry, started acting inconvenienced. One night I heard him telling someone on the phone, "She's making this way bigger than it is. I almost opened the door, almost argued, then realized something. People who minimize betrayal usually already know they're wrong. Day 28. I came home from work. Guest room empty. Closet cleared. Bathroom shelf wiped clean. He was gone. Not gracefully. He took his stuff. Also took my French press, a speaker, a blanket my sister bought me. Petty theft, disguised as packing. The key sat on the kitchen counter. No note, no apology, nothing. I changed the locks that night anyway. The apartment became quiet after. Uncomfortably quiet. I deep cleaned the guest room. Found a Cancun restaurant receipt under the bed. $340. Paid using money from our vacation envelope. I threw it away. Pulled it back out. Then threw it away again. Because heartbreak makes weird people out of us. His mother texted me later. I raised him better than this. I'm sorry. I told her she didn't owe me anything. His uncle still doesn't speak to him. Some cousins stopped talking to him too. Turns out using dead relatives as props has consequences. I never got my $2,800 back. Probably never will. Instead, I used the remaining money. Booked myself 5 nights alone at a beach resort. First solo trip of my life. The informational report stayed unused. The landlord kept my documentation. Everything stayed where it belonged. Filed. Recorded. Real. People think the hardest part of betrayal is discovering the lie. It isn't. The hardest part is realizing the person you miss never actually existed. 3 years. And somehow I'm grieving someone fictional. My sister asked me recently, "Are you okay?" Then corrected herself. "Are you going to be okay?" That question mattered more. Because the answer is yes. Just not yet. The apartment only takes half as long to clean now. The replacement blanket is softer. The new French press is better. Every time I want to check his social media, I text someone else instead. Small trades. Bad habits exchanged for slightly healthier ones. I'm not grateful this happened. I'm not stronger because of it. I'm just more careful. Being supportive isn't the same thing as being blind. Trusting someone isn't the same thing as ignoring yourself. And family first sounds beautiful until someone turns it into a weapon. So if your stomach keeps whispering that something feels wrong, listen. Your instincts usually arrive long before the truth does.